Okay, so I want to go over this update. We can have a look at it, see what we think about it. And then there's a survey as well. If you feel like getting included with Bounty Hunter and you like my opinion, if you're on the edge and you're unsure but you agree with me, feel free to follow my choices. But I'm just going to go through and read it. I didn't participate in much Bounty Hunter at all when it used to be out. Like maybe like 4 or 5 times, that was it. But since the Woody Boss update especially, I've been enjoying PKing a lot more again. And LMS is becoming a lot more fun for me. I'm kind of addicted, so... Yes, thank you for doing the Wildy Mass earlier, boys. But today, Bounty Hunter is coming back. I'm gonna try and read through it pretty quickly and briefly, so I don't waste too much time. It's not an hour-long video. Good luck. It's coming back. If you caught 22, we don't care about Winter Summer. All right, let's move on. Quick reminder, Bounty Hunter is a fast-paced PvP minigame that pits you against other players with similar combat levels and comparable wealth at stake. Step into the combat zone where you'll be assigned your bounty, then hunt down your fellow players, successfully eliminating your mark axe like any other PvP kill. Oh, you're eliminating your mark axe like any other... successfully eliminating your mark axe. Sorry, I'm autistic. Yes. You'll get any items they weren't protecting, plus additional rewards for dispatching them within the minigame. Cheers for mass, anyone. Good 2 mil from it. Yeah, it was good money. It was good money. Thank you for coming by, Nova. If you've got a moment, we'd love for you to read through the blog and then check out the survey at the end. Sure, let's do it. Recapture / revitalize Edge style PvP, which means Edgeville, I'm assuming, where everyone's, you know, grouped up in Edgeville, PKing, and all the content creators like, oh, this was the good days, why can't we have this again? That's what they're looking for. That's the aim. Okay? PvP is the sort of PvP, Edge style PvP is the sort of PvP you have seen in previous iterations of Bounty Hunter, or the one that springs to mind when you think back to the good old days of people whacking each other without a care. In short, this is honor PvP, plain and simple, fast-paced, not opposed to no honor, or NH for short, PvP, where all bets are off and you're welcome to use overheads, teleblock, binding spells, and any other tools at your disposal to make sure you're securing the kill. I guess I was wrong about what edge-style PvP is. Look at me, what do I know? Quick matching, allowing players to be assigned targets with similar combat levels. Exactly what it says in the tin. If you're level 125, you're going to get anywhere between 123 to 126, likely. You know? It's not going to be a very big window. Whacking each other without a care. Not whacking each other off. Diana, without a care. Come on. Unique and attractive rewards. To spice things up and make you feel like your time is well spent, this one is for you. We'll have a good deal of back and forth with you in order to nail these down. So this is going to be where the surveys and the polls come in to decide what we want. For many PvP-minded players, Bounty Hunter was the activity that helped them find their feet and get stuck into PvP. It focuses more heavily on simpler type of fighting than what you might see in minigames like Last Man Standing, where no honor, try bringing an outlast and your opponent takes center stage. It's very RNG based. Justin, thank you for the $1, mate. Bounty Hunter taught me how to PK. I don't really want to watch a Jimmy video right now. Oh, this is on 2019, so we're not going to watch a Jimmy video from 2019. But I appreciate the feature there, Jagex. That was real fun. Yeah, we'll be doing more mass Woody content in the future. I'll try to do like 1 a week or something. Just dedicate a stream to it. What do we got here? The Bounty Hunter Crater. So this is something that was in RuneScape too, right? Or am I missing something? Bam, thank you for the 4 months. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you very much. Okay. If you spotted the use of crater singulars as opposed to craters plural, you might be wondering how and why we're deviating from 2007 series. Okay. Sorry, 2007 craters. We'll start with the why. In 2007, Bounty Hunter players could choose from 3 craters to fight in. Split by combat level, that meant low level. Oh, okay, I see what they mean. I got you. 3 to 55, medium level crater. I thought it was like the big pit in the middle of the wilderness they used to have, which I thought was a crater. I think it was actually a volcano, wasn't it? Medium level, 50 to 100, and then a high level crater, which is over 95 combat. After our initial mention of craters during the summit, some players point out that it's clearly optimal to always sit in the upper level end of these brackets, since you'll never be matched with an opponent who's higher combat than you. True. So it should be just around roughly the same level. I was so bad at old Bear Treasure, you're going to be shit at the new one as well, trust me. What's up, Barry? How you doing? Now, one of the advantages of a dedicated bounty area of Bounty Hunter, such as a crater, allows us to do is have a little more control over what goes on in there. Okay, so sorry, it is a crater that you fight in, without risking it impacting the wilderness at large. Okay? With that in mind, we'd like to propose something a little different that we feel ties into our goal of recapturing edge-style PvP by placing a handful of rules on combat in the creator to make sure you're fighting honorably. Okay, so they're going to have certain rules set in place. While none of these are set in stone, we want to hear your thoughts on the following restrictions for Bounty Hunter. So you go in there, there's no binding spells, which means you can't freeze people and stand under them, unless you maybe use like a ZGS. Protection prayers are off and no teleblock, or no teleporting, instead requiring players to make their way to the safe area to leave combat. More on this in just a moment. I think no teleporting might be better than no teleblock, because that means it's a fight to the death unless you get to the safe zone. No freezing and no protection prayers, which means you're fucking hitting cunts. Which also kind of, if you have no protection prayers, I think that reduces the power gap between the Void Waker and everything else. Because the Void Waker's gonna fuck you unless you got Mage Prayer on, but then you can just hit him with melee or whatever. And it's always accurate and always hitting. But with no protection prayers, an AGS or even just a Dragon Claw spec is just as deadly as a Void Waker. It closes that gap a little bit, I would say. For less skilled players, at least, anyway. I think that's good, having no protection prayers. It also makes fights really quick. The aim for this is to effectively make sure people are fighting honorably, keeping things quick and simple. Yep. Go in, hit cunts, hope for the best. It basically means no one's going to be maging. You're either going to have people Dark bumming, or they're just going to try double claw spec you, and that's it. Or cunts are just going to run away and bofa, and run and bofa, run and bofa. That's all that's going to happen. People are going to range, run, range, run, range, run. Keeping things quick and simple while minimizing the chances of getting caught off guard by a teleblock, entangle, or granite maul special attack out of nowhere while looting your first ever kill. It might be the case that the layout itself is enough to incentivize edge style PvP, and you'd rather use just you'd rather us to stick to the absolute basics. We're also happy to explore separate no honor creator if it looks like that's a higher demand for one. I think a no honor one honestly would work better. While I like the idea of no protection prayers and no freezing, it really does. I mean, if you have enough space, what's stopping people from sipping a stamina, full crystal bofa, and just running away and shooting? Almost nothing, you know? Melee kind of becomes obsolete unless you close the gap. How are you going to close the gap on someone that can just run and shoot? The lobby is actually pretty small though, so maybe not. Well, no, the arena. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like melee can be a bit of disappointment, but you'd use melee to KO, wouldn't you? I don't know. Dark bow would be pretty big. I don't know. I'm not a super smart PKer, but to me, that sounds like if I'm fighting someone in here and I've got a ranged weapon, all I need to do is keep running away from them and shooting every tick that I can. If I've got a 5-tick ranged weapon, every 5 ticks, shoot, start running again. And if they have a melee weapon, they're not going to hit me. So it feels like that's... because they can't freeze me. They can't stop me from moving. You're going to have Venge on. Because why would you mage when ranging is so much more accurate? They can't protect. Best they can do is just throw on Justine Din's Bulwark and run after me until I run out of run energy. But then they're going to run out too because they're so fucking heavy. I don't know. It feels like that's not... I don't know. If someone has another opinion of that, please share it. But to me, that sounds like both a win. We're proposing a safe zone in the center of the crater, which also operates as a lobby. From here, you'll be able to use any of the entrances to the crater, and you'll find yourself plopped down at a random spawn near the crater's outer ring. You'll have to track down or hunt, should we say, your bounty before you can start whacking other each other. You'll always have the option to make your way back to safety if you're out of supplies or special attack energy using the same entrance you click to get into the crater. Has to be the same entrance. Even while teleblocked, similar to the wilderness ditch. Okay, cool. So being teleblocked doesn't matter. Also means you're able to cut down a lot of faff that goes into regearing. While ordinarily you might teleport to your player in house and drink, you'll just get all your shit back immediately. That's cool. Open up your loot key, regear, then back to wherever you were fighting. Awesome. That means it's just in and out. What's up, Marianne? How are you doing, my love? Good to see you. You missed all the wildy massing. We're doing it for like 3 hours. In a lobby like this, we'd like to include a bank, a chest for you to loot your keys, and an NPC to introduce you to Bounty Hunter. Perfect. Not a problem at all. We'd like to... We're not exactly... Additionally, while not exactly a core feature, some people just like some entertaining background while they're bank standing, so they can sit there casting high-arc and just watch from the outer walls like castle walls. That's pretty cool. Why not? Give you someone a bank stand. I like it. Sculling. At present, entering the wilderness on a target world automatically gives you a skull, meaning you'll be able to protect one item if you're above 25 prayer. If you're above 25... Oh, yeah, yep. Conservatively, some of the account builds that players have most enjoyed using in the past have been so-called unskulled builds, where the exception is that they'll be allowed to fight without sculling up. What the fuck is an unskulled build? I've never heard of that. Happy to catch the last of morning stream. I'm happy to have you here. What the fuck is an unskulled build? Isn't that just called not going to the wilderness? Why would you do Bounty Hunter if you had an unskulled build? Can someone explain that to me? I've never heard of unskulled build. I don't know what that means. Coward build. Sounds like it. Since they often build their accounts in a way that prevents them from using protection item prior. So they're PKs that can't protect item. So it doesn't matter if you can't use overheads though. Right? They built their accounts that they can't use protection prayers. So just but you can't use protection prayers. Oh, using the protect item prayer. I'm a dickhead. Okay, well, I mean, I guess. How many unskulled builds are there? You're just gonna have unskullers versus unskullers, right? I think they should just get fucked. You want to do Bounty Hunter on an unskulled account? Get fucked. Get out of it. Man up. Go build another account. Go build a pure. It'll take you 2 days. Couple of options that could make sense. One option, everybody inside Bounty Hunter Creator is skulled. Above all else, this option is easy. Everybody knows exactly what they're getting in for. Anything you're not able to protect, item will be lost. Yep. On the other hand, having to buy return sets or stock up in advance, as well as potential of being overwhelmed and forgetting to do your protect item prayer, might be off-putting for new PvPers. Learn. I've learned that if I'm in the wilderness, protect item goes on. You're gonna learn today. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose back once, okay, and then you're never gonna forget again. I think my internet's just cut out, lol. Oh, my phone died. Right, well, we got the webpage still, and... Oh, the music's gonna stop, isn't it? We're just gonna put this song on repeat, so the music doesn't stop. Because my phone died, so my internet's been cut. Option 2. We use the typical sculling mechanics throughout the crater. I just realised I'm going to need to do the survey, aren't I? Hold on, 2 seconds. Fuck. Alright. Let it charge for a sec. Okay. I'm missing a lot of chat, but that's okay. Alright. I demand that everyone... Wait, I have internet again? What happened? Oh, my internet came back already. Alright, cool. I demand that everyone greets and sends me off with a booty from now on. Make a command. Add comp. Diana. Clap. Let's go. Alright, option 2. Sorry about that, guys. We use the typical sculling mechanics throughout the crater. If you initiate combat, you get a skull, which cannot be lost during combat. For players choosing to remain unskulled, they have to deposit GP in a bounty cover to be able to enter the crater. The amount of GB required should scale with your combat level or with combat level brackets and set up to only take effect after you already got a few kills under your belt. I don't quite understand that. And like, what happens if you kill someone who's not skulled? I guess you still get the bounty hunter reward, right? I think option 1's fine, to be honest. Like, if you're gonna forget, to turn your protection prayer item on, that you're gonna learn by forgetting, like most people. I think option 1's best. Option 2 sounds a bit confusing, and then you're gonna start like. I mean, it could work. You just have to start balancing it with levels and stuff. I think option 1's fine. Like, if you're gonna get overwhelmed and forget your protection prayer, don't let your prayer drop. There's no protection prayers, no overheads, no protection prayers, so you can still smite. Get good. I think matchmaking. All right. By default, your target will be within 5 combat levels of your own. Perfect. We like that. The entirety of the creator acts the same, allowing you for unrestricted combat within 5 levels if somebody decides to go rogue. Alright. On the other hand, if you're happy to cast a wider net, we could make it, have an option to increase your matchmaking to 10 and 15, similar to PvP worlds at the moment. This means you'll be able to match with a wider variety of players, but only if both of you have the option. That's fine. For those of you playing News Post Bingo, get your cards ready. It's mentioned in the engine time. Since the last iteration of Bounty Hunter, Old School's game engine has come a long way. Ahead of its return, we'd like to effectively allow the matchmaking system to remember your last X targets. By doing this, we could then exclude these previous targets when trying to find another one. Meaning you'd get to fight a wider variety of opponents, and that any would-be boosters have a much harder time rematching willing participants. That's good. That means if people are going to start boosting Bounty Hunter, it's going to require a much bigger clan and a much bigger service and a much more expensive service. That would likely not be worth it. So you can't get the same target twice in a row unless it's like dead. You probably wouldn't get, I mean, I would like it to not remember like the last 3 targets maybe. Upon entering the crater, there'll be a short delay before you're assigned a target. This gives you a little bit of time to prepare, but could also act as an immunity period to prevent you from being rushed as soon as you spawn. Yes. You won't be able to receive a target while in the lobby, meaning you'll need to make sure you're ready for anything when stepping in. Perfect. Cool. You'll be given the option to skip your target if you don't fancy the fight. Maybe their build is one you're not familiar with, their risk isn't quite up to scratch, or perhaps they have a controversial opinion regarding pineapples and pizza. Well, then you'd want to fight them, wouldn't you, if the controversial opinion's there? Click the skip button on the UI or log out. If you spend more than 2 minutes outside of the creator's combat area, you'll also skip your target. Re-enter in the combat after area before the 2 minutes are up will add a little extra time. Okay. This is so you're unable to re-gear and try again if you're against somebody you're not enjoying fighting. You're not enjoying fighting. Okay, cool. If you skip too many targets, there'll be a short time called. There's a skip 3 targets within a 30-minute window. There'll be a penalty. Perfect. Stops cunts just fucking skipping, constantly wasting time. Players are not able to receive a new target for 30 minutes. I reckon you should just not be able to skip after 3. You're stuck with your target. And if you leave, then you can't participate. On the next win, they'll receive reduced bounty hunter rewards. No emblem upgrade. Reduced bounty hunter points. Perfect. Want to strike a balance when giving people a good bit of freedom if they're looking for a certain kind of fight, but not giving them the freedom to actively get certain players as a target. So if you get a target, are you going to see what they're wearing and what they're going to use? So you just avoid anyone with a KO weapon. Unless everyone's got one, I guess. While there's honor among thieves, and bounty hunters alike, some people just want to watch the world burn. Yep, that's me. A rogue player is someone who attacks another player outside the crater who is not their target. Or inside the crater who is not their target. This has consequences. If you choose to go rogue, you'll still be able to get the regular PvP loot from whoever you kill, but you won't be eligible for additional bounty hunter rewards. Cool. So there's no point trying to go rogue. You'll be given a fancy new skull to let other players know to keep their wits about them if you're in the area. Cool. So it's a little fuckwit robe. Skull if you are breaking the rules. As for those consequences we mentioned, we'd like to know what you think they should look like. It should just be a giant black cock and the tip just hangs over the fucking head. That'd be the best sort of punishment. The emblem system is probably one of the most memorable ones. Yes. It's a way to encourage players to go for the kill streaks and give additional rewards to ruthlessly efficient killers who never let their HP drop to 0. The value of emblems depends on the rewards available, but before we get to those, we'd like to figure out a core system that works best for you. Alright. 2 ideas for those mysterious objects could work, and we'll outline below. If you can think of a better way, we're all ears. Cool. Single emblem approach effectively rewards you with bonus points for killing emblem holders and lets you build up your streak to hopefully cash in your own tier 10 for some bonus points. You'll have 1 emblem at any given moment that can't be traded, okay? Can't be out, noted or stacked. Killing your target levels your emblem up, and killing a target with a high tier emblem will reward you the bonus hunter points. Cool. I think you have a number next to your name as well, or a strike, or like a dash to know what level emblem you have. Multi-emblem approach outlined in the player suggestion, okay? Effectively gives you plenty of opportunities to go for streaks and to have multiple emblems on the go in case you're not feeling super confident and don't want to risk your tier 9. Emblems of the same tier can stack for easy inventory management, killing your target levels up your higher tier emblem, and killing a target with a higher tier emblem will reward you with a bunch of tier 1 emblems. You can bank them then. Okay, they can be banked. Alright. The aim with both systems is for a tier 10 emblem to be worth significantly more points than tier 1 emblems, so that you're encouraged to level your emblem as high as possible, rather than obtaining a pre-leveled emblem from your target. Yep. Yep, that's fair. So you can't just like farm 10s from people. Alright. This is one of the simpler aspects. I'm assuming you get kills, you get points. Kill streak, 1 to 2 kills, 1 point per kill. 3 points per kill for 5+ streaks. Perfect. That's easy, that's simple. Monetary reward. Alright. Previous iteration of Bounty Hunter haven't exactly been smooth. Yes. In the past, Bounty Hunter points to GP resulted in boosting by gold farmers to generate immense amounts of GP per hour. Yes. At the expense of matchmaking and gameplay experience for players. Elements of the above design go some way to combat this by preventing frequent rematches, harsher skip penalties, and potential unskulled cost. And even the use of the crater itself. I like it. Nowhere to hide inside the crater means no more camping all the way over by the Varric Lumberyard once you're in a fight and run or die. Okay. That's it. With that in mind, we'd like to share with you another proposal from the same community design we linked that we think has some merit on earning points. I'm not going to read that shit. The aims of this play suggested EP system are to effectively decouple GB from bounty hunter points, okay? Provide an additional monetary incentive for players engaging in good faith, allow us to cap the amount of gold it's possible to generate per hour, and give players some help paying back a handful of deaths if they're opting into extra risk. So you just get paid for being a good cunt, regardless of winning or losing, right? Rather than just getting kills. Even if you die, you end up making money. All players inside Bounty Hunter start at 0%. You're eligible to earn EP. Or to be eligible, players must risk a certain amount of GP. The risk would be deposited into a coffer each. It's easy enough for us to make a coffer work for something like this. It's much more difficult to use your equipped or held gear. EP systems in the past ran into issues with players using low trade volume items with inflated grand exchange values, like brand new Crucible items will be traded for 40k on the grand exchange, but 40k on the street, but on the grand exchange it says 2 mil. So you're making 2 mil profit for no reason. People would do that for desk coffer boosting as well. So to artificially increase their risk while adding in a whitelist of included items or a blacklist of excluded items is difficult to do and results in potentially endless maintaining to try and avoid loopholes being used in the game. If a player is eligible for EP, they'll gain 2.5% every 2 minutes. Entering the safe area before 2 minutes. Alright, we'll reset your EP timer. Okay. But remember your value. Dying to your target gives you 10%. Killing your target depletes it back to 0. It's possible for us to time gate this, for example, once every 15 minutes. Yeah, that makes sense. So you don't just go in there with suicide. Depending on how much EP you had, you'll receive some kind of reward crate, and the average value increases with higher EP. So you can stack to 100%, and then when you get a kill, you'll get a big bonus. I think that's a pretty cool system. I don't know about you guys. and what you think of that. But I'm on board for... That's giving incentive to people who aren't very good at PKing. And it's giving incentive to people who just want to participate and aren't cheesing it. Even if you die, you get rewarded. And then when you get a kill, then you can pay it out. So it's not really a brick wall. It's more of a banging your head against the walls set up for those who are not very good at PKing. But I think that's really good. Depending on how much EP you had, you received some kind of reward. Yep, perfect. The original suggestion had this value made up primarily of artifacts that could be traded for NPC, as well as a healthy helping of blighted suppliers to keep you topped up. I think I'm happy. I like the original EP thing here. That system's good. I think that's a great system. That's awesome. Rewards. Ancient warrior equipment. The fuck is this? Vesta. I see Vesta. Okay, Stadius. Yep, Morrigan. Okay, alright, cool. Okay, this stuff, they've made their way into last man standing deadman mode. We consider offering them as bounty hunter exclusive rewards. Means they'd only be usable within the crater, leaving the rest of the game unaffected by the spikes in power they provide. Yes. I think that's cool. Deadman mode and like bounty hunter dedicated weapons are awesome. These armors and weapons are extremely strong with 78 equipment, tier 78 equipment that pack a serious punch. Yep. Vestas by longsword is untradeable and requires 50 mil to activate. In the original PvP worlds, these were tradable when fully charged, but would disintegrate into dust after their charges are used up. What's the best approach? We reckon to offer these rewards for use in bounty hunters, some kind of degradation charges or charges. Yep. Trading off immense power for impermanence. Yeah, I think so. Yep. The original versions of these armors had corrupt alternatives. These corrupt tier 20 and 40 weapons and 40 armors had stats far beyond what you'd expect for other equipment with the same result. So if you come up against someone wearing this cunt, with the shit, that cunt's going to kill you, you know? But you can only wear it for 15 minutes. Ew. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty rough. Degraded weapon that turns to dust would be good. We'd love to know how you feel about similar offering. I like the weapons. I think the weapons are great. If you can use them, only use them in there, that's good. How would you pay for them though? With bounty hunter points, right? Bounty hunter specific weapon attachments and imbues. Okay. If you want to, what if you could imbue or otherwise upgrade weapons like dragon mace, longsword, dark bow, and more to help these weapons of yesteryear keep up with more widely used counterparts? We likely wouldn't be looking to display staples like dragon dagger, but instead you offer you a little more choice, like gearing up and picking your weapons of choice down the crater. That means you don't have to risk so much going in there. You can just dragon mace. It's 30k, 35k. Imbue it. The specs are already badass anyway. That could be pretty cool. Combat XP. Fighting players, kill players, get points, trade them for experience. Perhaps you got 50 attack pure and you're weighing up whether or not to level 60 or 75 attack. Unfortunately, you secured enough bounty points to get XP. Okay. Blood extended offering rewards in exchange for bounty hunter points similar to those in Pest Control Soul Wars. What's the Soul Wars ones like? What can you level with Soul Wars? What's up, Cheese Hater? I'm just going through the bounty hunter blog here. XP rewards. We polled minus XP lamps. They failed the poll. We've yes voted around 71%, but we may have been a little optimistic in our ability to implement them. We considered offering them as a PvP arena reward, but still weren't in a position to actually make it happen at that moment, regardless of any additional issues around how to balance them properly. So minus XP lamps remove XP from your skills. Interesting. I think they should balance it so the XP rewards from these lamps aren't ridiculous and that you can use it on any skill. I think. Let's have a look. Alright. Soul Wars rewards. Pest Control rewards. Soul Wars gives you XP in attack, strength, defense, HP, mage, range, and prayer. Okay? So, automatically, I have no use for them. What about pest control? The same. Automatically, I have no use for any XP rewards from Bounty Hunter. Dead to a lot of max combat PKs. Dead to a lot of pure account builds. Because they're not going to, like, what are they going to level up? They want to keep their combat level the same. I think combat-related XP lamps are useless because combat levels and combat XP is something that's so easy and common to... It's the most common way to train skills and levels in this game. So it should be open to more than just combat. Otherwise, it's not going to, like, it's kind of shit. Ornament kits and recolors, they're great. Love ornament kits. Everything else, there's so much more we'd like to talk about. Tell you what, let's go to the survey. I think we go to the survey and check it out, okay? 20 minutes to complete. Fuck me. Alright, let's make it quick. Okay. What type of candy man to play? Group iron. The best group iron. Oh, hold on. Prestige. Group iron. Best gym in game. Just so they know that it's the king. What type of content do you mainly participate in? Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam. Cool. If you select the PvP, which type of PvP content do you mainly participate in? I would say wilderness PKing, if it includes anti-PKing and minigames. And I guess after today, I would say large-scale clan PvP for sure. 40, thank you for the 9 months. Have you participated in previous iteration of Bounty Hunter? Barely. What platform do you mostly use? Desktop? I would say both. What platform are you using to complete this? Desktop. Who gives a fuck? Okay. How do you feel about the overall concept of Bounty Hunter? I extremely like it. I don't think there's a whole lot of criticism that I had about it, unless someone remembers it. If you'd like, please share with us what you like about the concept. Almost everything. It's pretty good. It's honest. Oh, wait, hold on. Little concerned about the ability to just drag and run with a bofa. I don't know how to spell concern, but that's how I'm saying it. Crater is, is an area of the game separate from the wider wilderness, specifically designed to facilitate Bounty Hunter. Yes, I like that. Yeah, I think it's cool. How do you feel about a safe area in the lobby to create a crater? This lobby would contain amenities like a bank, chest, or loot keys. Pull similar to Enclave? Yep, perfect. Would make sense. How do you feel about the use of rules to enforce edge-style PvP? I don't know. Forgot the N, sorry, thank you. It's my favorite letter as well. I don't know how I feel about edge-style PvP. It makes it quick, it makes it easy, and it makes it... It removes a lot of the skill, but... Again, my concern is what is stopping me from going in there with full crystal, a bofa, an anguish, Zerite Van Braces, a backpack, finding my target, attacking him, and running away. And then attack him, and then keep running. If he's got melee gear, he's never going to hit me. Otherwise, it's just going to be bofa versus bofa. Ballista versus ballista. The whole time, with no protection press. Someone's going to die in 3 hits. No one's going to mage. Why the fuck would you mage when range is so much more accurate and more powerful? All you have to do to stop people maging is wear Dragonhide. You've won. Wear Carols. You've won. So, I'm concerned about it. But I also like the idea because it means get in and out. Walk in, you can spec some cunt, you've won. Unless I'm crazy. But I think that's pretty much what you can do. You can just tag and run. So your option is to range and have a longer range weapon and a faster range weapon than the other cunt. You don't want to use knives because they'll just outrun you. You don't really want to use a crossbow because you'll be slower than them. Both is big risk though. Only if your opponent is able to hit you. But like you just both for crystal. Or even just both with Black D'hide. It's still the most accurate range weapon in the game. There's no protection praise. You don't really need the crystal armor. You got protect item on, you're good. It makes melee almost obsolete. Because you can't freeze. The only way you're going to freeze them is really like a CGS. And you got to catch them first. So I'm going to go neutral. I'm undecided about edge style PvP. Excuse me, fuck. Muted, my bad. I was saying like the most controversial racist shit, hey. So fucking, oh man, that sucks you guys missed it, I'm sorry. Next time. Thank you though, I appreciate it. Alright, typical, I know, right? God. Couldn't really get much time to get an extra hit in without a freeze. You just run and tag. There's no freezing. Alright. How do you feel about these potential approaches? Single creator with rules. Neutral. Single creator with no rules. I like that. One creator with rules, one without. Yes, I think that's better. Oh, is that it? Okay. How do you feel about the creator entrances spawning you in random locations in the outer ring? Yes. I like that. If you'd like to, please share any thoughts you'd like regarding the bounty hunter creator. Any thoughts I'd like? Nah. The aim for a system like this is to widen participation of builds who often like to remain unskulled, such as Obby Maulers, to remain desirable targets inside the bounty hunter. Fuck those people, man. How do you feel about following approaches to sculling in the bounty hunter creator? I think you should be skulled when you got automatically skull players in bounty hunter. Yeah, why not? I don't mind that one though. At the same time, I'll go neutral. Any thoughts on it? Nah, I just think keep it normal, keep it standard. One of the key aims of Bounty Hunter is to be able to match you up with targets around your level. What do you feel is default level range? I think default 5 levels is good. Because I think if you're level 99, a level 109 is probably going to fuck you. And you're going to fuck a level 189. It's a lot of combat levels. How do you feel about the option to expand your level range? I do like that though, yes. How do you feel about a system that prevents you from being assigned recent targets? Oh, reassigned of previous 5 opponents, yes. How many targets should we feel should store to prevent rematching? I think 5. 3 might be acceptable too, but 5 is good. How do you feel about, like, 10? It's not going to be that popular for that long that 10 is going to be a thing. How do you feel about the skip penalty system? Yes, I like that. And 30 minutes is good for skip penalty. And how many targets do you feel players should be allowed to skip? 3. I don't really want to add to that. I'm good. I'm happy with it. How do you feel about the rogue system as outlined? This would allow players to attack players other than their assigned target, but successful kills do not provide any additional bounty hunter rewards. Yeah, because it also, like, sometimes you have to go rogue, or you might want to go rogue because you're just being griefed by an idiot, so that'd be good. Do you feel like rogue being ineligible for bounty hunter rewards is enough for compromise? Yes. Yes. Oh, should there be additional consequences? Yeah, fuck them. Oh. Nah, because sometimes you don't need to go. Sometimes you need to go rogue. Sometimes you might need to. Or sometimes you might end up doing it because you're being trolled. You know? How do you feel about an emblem system? Like there was a previous iterations of Bounty Hunter. System intends to encourage players to go for a target, target kill streaks to provide additional rewards for those able to dispatch their bounties consistently without dying. Yep. 2 different systems. I like the single one. I think the single one makes sense. The other one was kind of whack. I think you just have to have some balls at some point. We also propose the option to reward players with additional points for kill streaks. Yep, that's perfect. Totally fine. We said that successfully killing your target would result you in earning per points. Yes, that's cool. I like it. Oh, here we go. Additional points for the 10th, 50th, and 100th kill. Yeah, that's cool. Like Slayer. How important do you feel monetary incentives rewards are for content? Very important. How likely do you feel you would participate? It's extremely likely I will participate. If there were no rewards, I'd probably still participate for the meme. Or maybe likely, because I'm broke. How do you feel about the earning system? I like that one. That's good. PvP Makona, exactly. Being tied directly to GP. Purchasables and tradable rewards. Yep, perfect. Make money. That's how people are going to do it. We'll be releasing a dedicated blog about rewards in the future. So we'd like to ask some explanatory questions about them. I guess so. We can do that. We got time. How do you feel about untradeable rewards? Yep. How do you feel? Would you like to participate in Bounty Hunter if the rewards were primarily untradeable? Yep. As long as they're good. Okay. How do you feel about rewards that can only be used exclusively within the creator? Yep. How do you feel about participating in Bounty Hunter if the rewards were primarily usable only with it? Yep. How do you feel about yep? Ancient Warrior, yep. Ancient Warrior, yep. Yep. Ancient Warrior equipment will be added to the game. How would you feel about the additional corrupt Ancient Warrior equipment alongside the standard counterparts? Yep. Imbues on dragon equipment. Yep, that's good. I had a combat XP as rewards for Bounty Hunter similar to Pestro or Soul Wars. I like it. I mean, I've got to say extremely like, but I want it to be bigger than that. Minus XP lamps, yeah, whatever. I don't care. They sound cool. How do you feel about ornament kits and or recolors widely used? Yes. Yep. Callisto Master's done. We've done. Yeah. It's finished. Sorry, we did it. Do you have any cosmetics in mind you'd especially like to see? I don't really care. Oh, here we go. I want to turn the Void Waker into a massive purple dildo, like the ones you use at the start of Saints Row 3. How do you feel about unblockable NPCs? Unlockable NPCs to escort your target to the grave as rewards for bounty hunters. That's pretty cool. Like a get sit rat fucking taunt. I like that. For the awards mentioned in the blog and the survey, which would be most excited for? Like that. Change the idea of combat XP to all XP. As most players that have maxed combat or maxed their build by combat will find this useless instantly. Scale down the XP quantities for non-combat skills. So it doesn't become a training method. There we go. Done. That's the answer. That's everything I've done. Let me know what you think. This is the easiest room in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy. It's huge.